You know that feeling, right? When you're trying so hard to be disciplined, but it just feels like you're fighting yourself every step of the way? We've all been there. You try to build a new habit, you fall off the wagon, and then you just feel worse than when you started. Well, today we're going to look at a totally different way to approach this. Let's dig into why the old way feels so broken. It really all boils down to this one question. I mean, think about it for a second. When you say you're trying to do something, what are you really telling your brain? The words we use aren't just words, they're instructions, they're code. And the word trying, well, it secretly writes the possibility of failure right into the program from the get go. And that brings us to our first big idea here, something we can call the discipline loophole. This is that subtle, sneaky little mental trap that we fall into, usually without even knowing it, and it's built right into the way we talk about our own goals. Okay, so check this out. This comparison really nails the problem. Over on the left, you've got the trying mindset. It's all about the struggle, right? I'm trying to work out. But look at the right side. The being mindset flips the script entirely. I am someone who works out. See the difference? It's a huge shift from a temporary, painful action to a permanent, solid identity. So here's the crucial part. The word trying gives you an out. It's like building a little back door into your own mind. If you don't actually do the thing, you can just tell yourself, hey, at least I tried. But that loophole, that's the very thing that kicks off that awful cycle of self-criticism and just giving up. It's not a path to discipline, it's a fast track to frustration. All right, so if trying is just bad code running in our brains, how do we fix it? We can't just keep running the same faulty program. We need a full system update. And that brings us to our next concept, thinking of your identity as the code that runs your entire life. And here is the solution. Let's call it the identity code. The idea itself is actually super simple, but man, it is powerful. First, you just define the person you actually want to be. Then you start proving that new identity to yourself. And you don't do it with these huge, overwhelming efforts. Nope. You do it with small, undeniable, and consistent actions. This quote really gets to the heart of it all. Every single time you think or say something about yourself, you are literally writing a line of code. You're programming your own mental operating system. So the big question is, what program are you running? Is it one that expects you to fail? Or is it one that defines success as part of who you are? Okay, so the theory sounds pretty solid, right? But how do you actually do this? How do you put it into practice? Let's walk through exactly how to install this new software into your brain. The whole process is really just 3 simple steps. First, you define the identity. No, I'm trying to be none of that. It's a clear statement. I am a writer. I am a healthy person. Second, you choose your rep, and this is the fun part. You pick one tiny action that is so small, you literally can't say no to it. Not write a chapter, but just write one sentence. And then the final step is easy. Execute and repeat. You just do that one little thing every single day. Now, this is a really important point. Let's be honest, writing one sentence a day is not going to get your novel published next week. That is not the point. The point is that every time you do that small rep, you are casting a vote for your new identity. You're giving your brain hard evidence, actual proof that you are a writer. You're building that belief one tiny vote at a time. But what happens when you miss a day? Because let's be real, you're human. You will. Does the whole system crash and burn? Nope. Not with this operating system. And this, right here, is where the real magic of this mindset comes into play. This comparison shows the massive difference. With the old system, the trying system, missing a day feels like a total personal failure. You feel guilty, you beat yourself up. But with our new system, that exact same missed day is just a data point. That's it. It's not a moral failing, it's just feedback. It's a chance to debug your code. You can ask, why did I miss? Was my rep too big? Was the timing off? It lets you refine your approach instead of just giving up. And that, my friends, is the ultimate win. By starting to treat your setbacks as just data, you completely short-circuit that toxic downward spiral of guilt that destroys our motivation. You stop beating yourself up and you start getting smarter. You stop being a victim of your habits and you become the programmer of your own identity. So, this is what it all comes down to. The theory is great, the ideas are powerful, but the real change only happens when you take action. It's time to write your very first line of code. If you only take one single thing away from all of this, let it be these 3 words. Be. Don't
Try. Stop trying to become someone in the future. Start being that person with one tiny action right here, right now. So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. What is that one ridiculously small, undeniable action you can take today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. What is the first rep you will do to become the person you want to be? Go on, define your identity, choose your rep, and cast that first vote.